I'm here with Carmen Tochenek, and it is her. Why don't you say it?
Well, it's my debut for women's bodybuilding as a pro. I've been competing as a women's physique athlete since 2014. So I'm really excited to step back on the bodybuilding stage. This is where I belong.
What made you choose the car as your first pro women's bodybuilding show?
Last year, I was competing in Brazil, and I just knew that it was time to switch back and put some size back on. So that's what I focused on for the last year.
Okay, has training been more fun? I feel like everyone wants to grow.
Yeah, it's been way more fun. And I started as a female bodybuilder in 1996.
Okay.
I won the Canadians at 104 pounds. I'll be stepping on stage at 160 now. So after 20 some years, it's taken years and years to grow like this. But it's so fun because you can be a bodybuilder being small or big. And that's what I think I was intimidated to come back to the bodybuilding stage for so long. And I just decided, hey, it's time.
It's a longevity sport. And
Yeah.
to hear you say 1996 was when you first competed at 104 pounds, you said? How much do you weigh now?
Off season, I'm 190 to 200.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I'm being on stage at 165 probably.
That's inspiring to me because I just switched over from strongman to women's physique, and I'm like, you know what? I like the bodybuilding poses better. I like the closed fist, so I'm gonna look at your history and know it.
I do too. Like honestly, women's physique has been great, but I didn't like having to cut down like that. I want to let my body grow. I want to let it bust out.
Okay, so professionally, you have a lot going on. I didn't know we had such a good mutual friend, Chelsea Dion, and she's been telling me about the DNA test that you do.
Yeah.
She said it changed her prep for the Olympia by far, so I'm going to do it. But tell everyone what it is.
So I founded the very first DNA testing company ever in North America with 16 partners in the early 2000s, and we really focused on bringing a cheek swab to anyone in the world that can tell you exactly what your body requires based on your own genetics. So you can eliminate a lot of time, money, and effort and really focus and pinpoint what your body really needs to make your DNA and your genetics function properly, which is called your epigenetics. So for example, maybe almonds make you lose weight and you think that's the right diet, but it could be causing you inflammatory and disease for your future, causing other problems down the road. So we really focus on athletic performance, but your longevity in the sport. And I think that's probably why I'm still competing 25 years later, is I know how to turn on my DNA. And that's what I want to share with the fitness world is how to get your own body functioning correctly and stop the guesswork, stop wasting your time and stop wasting your ability, because so many athletes in our industry have to quit because they have problems with their health, and they might sure look good, they might win a few shows, but that's the end of it. I call those people the race horses, and I want you to be the steady Eddie, the turtle that wins the race at the end of the day.
So you've been doing this to yourself for a while before you released. Were you a guinea pig for the product?
Not really, no. I got into studying genetics in 1996. I was playing pro hockey for Notre Dame, and as a kid, I remember thinking nothing made sense to me, and I didn't like the answers I was getting, why somebody would gain weight and lose weight and why one person would get injured, the other person wouldn't. And that's really what made me focus on finding a better answer. And back then in 1996, they said that the human genome would not be cracked. So for me to be sitting here saying, hey, this is possible, it's a cheek swab, we can mail it anywhere in the world, it's affordable, accessible, and very helpful, is fascinating to me to this day. And I get more and more fascinated with DNA. We're using DNA information for addiction, mental health, not just weight loss, not just athletes, but for many other regular goers, just for your health. And it's so important to understand yourself first, and more so for coaches to stop giving information because it worked for them. I think it's so egotistical and so just wrong that everybody's like, hey, it worked for me, so it worked for you. I think those days should be long gone and long over. We've been in this business for over 20 years. It's time to get with the times and step up your game and learn about your own DNA first.
So what's something that you want to share that you learned about your own epigenetics that you didn't know prior?
Well, genetics, okay, so I gain muscle on fats and protein.
Okay.
So I really do well with that type of diet, and a lot of people don't.
Are you lower carb then, kind
Very
of year-round?
low carb, yeah.
Wow.
And I gain size like that. If you put me on fats and protein, I'm gaining size.
Do you feel okay when you eat carbs, or does it just kind of not?
I feel okay, but I get very inflamed.
Interesting.
Very
Okay.
inflamed. So yeah, and most of all, I think that what I learned the most is what nutraceuticals I should be taking, what kind of prescriptions, what kind of hormones should I be taking for my own body. And when you take a certain nutrient, like let's say, I don't know, methylcobalamin, that's going to help your DNA. It's going to turn on your DNA. It's going to help several areas of detoxification, hormonal regulation, translation, transcription, DNA regulation, protein synthesis, and so many other phases. And those are the things that people are still guessing at. And hey, if you know where to put your time and your money in a vitamin, I'd much rather be spending my $1 a day in this vitamin that could actually save my life and create longevity in my athletic career. And if I ever had children, if I was on the right DNA program for myself, I also can pass the better side of my DNA to those kids. So very, very important for all the people out there. If you're in health and wellness and you're promoting health and wellness, then as a coach, as a trainer, we have a DNA certification program where you can also be using this information for all of your clients. So we empower people and coaches and practitioners to be using all of this information with their clients.
I am definitely buying one. What is the website?
Karmalife.ca. So KARMALIFE.ca. And I do want to say that I just co-founded a worldwide company that is going to be massive. And it's called moreperformance.ai. Check it out. It's nanotechnology. It's all of your vitamins in the palm of your hand. So no longer will you have to swallow vitamins, carry around Tupperware fish boxes full of vitamins and not know what to take. This is the new way of taking your nutraceuticals.
And when I was learning about it, the first thing I asked, because, bodybuilders, we're good at our vitamins and our timing, we never forget. But for the average lifestyle person, I asked her, so is it going to tell you if it's an AM or a PM? Because you don't want to be taking magnesium, L-theanine, and GABA in the AM. And she said, yes, it will. So
yeah, they basically come, if anyone knows what a Pez candy holder was like, okay, everyone knows the head pops off. And it's just like that with these little nano M pods that we've created. And we're going to have a general one for everybody to know what to be taking. Furthermore, we're going to have a premium plan that if you want to know your DNA, we will build the M pods towards your genetic specific needs, your goals, and your time frame.
We will make sure we tag both of those businesses in the description. But now I kind of want to ask you a fun question.
Yes.
Okay, so professional hockey at Notre Dame to bodybuilding? How?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I was a dancer. I was a hockey player. Growing up very competitively. My parents were both in business. And I think that bodybuilding, I bought my first gym when I was 19 years old. And it was curiosity that really got me into bodybuilding, because coming from a professional athlete playing hockey, things didn't make sense, but yet the bodybuilding community offered somewhat of a more solution to what to be eating, how to be training, and how to create longevity and also lessen injury. And that's really how I got into bodybuilding. And plus, my Baba was the very first diva wrestler in history in the 1950s. So that was also a huge inspiration for me. Being a strong, competitive female with a loving side, of course.
Yeah, you seem like it. You seem like you have a soft side to you.
And you know what? Bodybuilding really is about discipline, commitment, consistency. And that's what I love about it, is it creates grit for people. It teaches people discipline, and it helps people to just be stronger. And that's what I fell in love with about the bodybuilding community. And that's why I'm still here. I'm still in love with it. This is still my passion. This is my number one passion. Business is kind of my side hobby.
Do you structure your day? Are you a very type A bodybuilder where you're doing cardio at this time? I always love to ask this question because there are two types of bodybuilders. The ones that are on bodybuilding time, and then the ones that are more type A.
I would say in both. I can go with the flow.
Okay.
If something comes up, I'm not going to be the day is over because I missed my cardio session. You got to learn to roll with the punches a little bit, and
That's so important.
Yeah.
That's, you know, every pro I interview says that. It's more the immature, not enough experience athlete that beats down on themselves and gives themselves, you know, grief for missing something. So I love that. That's why you've been in the game so long. That, and of course the DNA.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What do you want to learn about your DNA that you've always been so curious about? So like, is
Okay.
it something you've been like
Yes.
just dying to know?
Yes. So when I was younger, I was diagnosed with ADHD. That's how I got into fitness. My mom said, I'm not going to give you Adderall or anything. You're going to go run around the block before school.
Yeah.
As I've gotten older, I worked in pharma and medical for a while, and I studied different things. I can't believe I'm saying this on an interview, but maybe it'll help someone else. I'm more towards the side of autistic because certain medications I am so sensitive to, and lights, and even like when I'm doing interviews, I'm fine. I'm hyper focused. But it's been, so I want to learn what medications, because I'm someone, I can drink caffeine and go to sleep.
Well, within a simple 10-second cheek swab and about 2 weeks of processing in our lab, I will be able to answer that question for you very clearly with absolute confidence and concrete evidence.
I can't wait. I'm literally going to buy it ASAP. So
Awesome.
So we'll be talking again, right?
Yeah, we will.
And I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh, any shout outs you want to give anyone back in Canada or here?
Everybody. My coach, Chad Nichols, and Kim, and my friends that are here to support me, of course. Chris Cormier is here to dial me into the show. So I'm very thankful, and I'm having a lot of fun. And that's the thing I want to remind everybody is, no matter what, have fun with bodybuilding, because it's not going to be around forever. So really enjoy the process.
Thank you so much. Can't wait to see your pro debut live tomorrow.
Thank you.